The banker kicked out his wife for a young mistress. The next day, her father destroyed his life. Michael Turner was one of those men who believed money could buy anything. Happiness, loyalty, even love. At 42, he was a powerful banker, the kind who barked orders and expected the world to obey. His wife, Emma, had been by his side since before the fancy suits and million-dollar deals. Back when they struggled to afford rent and shared instant noodles on cold nights. But as his wealth grew, his gratitude shrank. Success turned him cold. He no longer saw Emma as a partner, just a relic from his past. For months, she'd felt him slipping away. The late nights, the perfume that wasn't hers on his suits, the sudden business trips that didn't make sense. When she asked questions, he snapped, "Don't be paranoid, Emma. You wouldn't understand my world." But deep down she did. She understood that her husband was falling for someone else. Then came the day that shattered everything. Michael came home early, not with flowers, but with Ava, a 20-something marketing consultant, who looked like she'd walked out of a magazine. He didn't even try to hide it. "Emma," he said coldly, "I'm done pretending. Ava and I are together. You'll be leaving this house by tomorrow." Emma's hands trembled, but she stayed calm. "You're divorcing me? After everything we've built?" she asked quietly. Michael didn't even look at her. "Built?" he scoffed. "I built this life. You just tagged along. You'll get a settlement. Don't make this harder than it needs to be." Ava smirked, sipping champagne from Emma's favorite glass. Emma said nothing more. She simply looked at her husband one last time, the man she had loved through every hardship, and walked out. But what Michael didn't know was that Emma wasn't alone. Her father, Robert Hale, wasn't just any man. He was a quiet, unassuming old gentleman, a retired banking regulator, the same one who once oversaw Michael's financial institution. And while Robert had stayed out of his daughter's marriage, betrayal was something he never tolerated. That night, when Emma showed up at her father's home in tears, Robert listened without interrupting. When she finished, he simply said, "Don't worry, sweetheart. Tomorrow, he'll understand what real loss feels like." The next morning, Michael strutted into his bank, smug and self-satisfied. He'd already posted pictures with Ava on social media. "A new chapter," the caption read. His colleagues whispered, but he didn't care. He was untouchable, or so he thought. Around noon, a convoy of federal inspectors walked into his office. At their head was Robert Hale, his face calm but eyes sharp as steel. "Mr. Turner," he said firmly, "we're here to review several financial discrepancies related to your offshore accounts and misreported client assets." Michael froze. "What? There must be a mistake." "No mistake," Robert interrupted. "We've been monitoring irregularities for months. It's time to take a closer look." By evening, Michael's empire began to collapse. The press caught wind of the investigation, his partners pulled out, and the board suspended him pending inquiry. By the next day, his accounts were frozen, his reputation ruined, and his mistress had vanished. Ava disappeared the moment she realized the champagne and private jets were gone. Desperate, Michael tried to call Emma, but she didn't pick up. He drove to her father's home, the same man he once boasted to about his financial genius. Robert was waiting on the porch, sipping tea. "Robert, please," Michael begged. "You can fix this. Talk to your people. I made a mistake. I just want Emma back." Robert looked at him with quiet disgust. "You threw my daughter out like she was nothing. You didn't just break her heart. You humiliated her. I don't destroy people for revenge, Michael. I simply remove men who think they're untouchable. You did that yourself." Michael's knees buckled. His empire was gone, his name tarnished, and his mistress had moved on to another rich fool. In a matter of 24 hours, he went from powerful banker to a man with nothing. Months later, Emma rebuilt her life, not through revenge, but through resilience. She started her own small investment firm, backed quietly by her father's old network. Her business grew quickly. Clients trusted her honesty and warmth, qualities Michael had long lost. One day, she saw Michael sitting alone outside a coffee shop, wearing cheap clothes, staring at job listings. He looked up and their eyes met. He tried to smile, but she simply nodded politely and walked away. He finally realized that he had traded gold for glitter, and lost everything in the process.